tomorrow's not promised. Go on and do your little dance while they still playing your song. So I ain't gonna even hold you. I'm gonna bring you this story, and it was brought to me. So I'm bringing it to you, and we're gonna break it down, and we're gonna see what's going on. Um, the title of this is called "Behind Closed Doors." Okay, so let me tell you how life will slap the black off your back and leave you gasping like you just saw your mama fight a pit bull. What? Because what happened to me, baby? It wasn't just betrayal. It was a full-blown soap opera with bad lighting, cheap perfume, and prison cologne. With prison cologne. So she said, I met him on Tuesday. I remember because it was Taco Tuesday, and my homegirl Keisha dragged me to this hood Mexican spot that had more blunts than burritos and a DJ who looked like he played beats off his EBT card. That's why I saw him, Tariq. He walked in like sin, dressed in state-issued jeans and a new pair of Jordans. Skin smooth like prison stress had exfoliated him. Beard line to the gods, voice deep and dangerous. He told me he just came home from Hayes State Prison. Oh, I was at Hayes State Prison too much prior and was trying to get his life on track. Okay, so normally that would have been a red flag the size of a Waffle House sign. But child, I was lonely, like eat dinner standing up in the kitchen with no music playing lonely. So I ignored the voice in my head screaming, don't you dare. He was charming, attentive, asked about my dreams, rubbed my feet. Hey, this is what I will say about brothers who just be coming home. Having been a brother that came home, like there's a glow. First of all, you've been eating this processed food. You've been exercising. For those individuals who don't interact with men, you just been in the closet. Well, maybe not in the closet is not the right term. You just been preserved on the shelf. You've been on the shelf, bro. You got that glow. And I know some sisters that be waiting on the brother to come home from China. And the only thing about then and now, or a lot of these brothers coming home with the virus and with a meth addiction. I ain't saying all of them, but I'm just saying like it's just a weird situation. Anyway, she goes on to say, he was charming, attentive, asked about my dreams, rubbed my feet without being asked. I'm gonna stop interrupting. Even helped my mama with her grocery bags. And the sex, whoo, that man made me call on Jesus and forgot my last name at least 4 times a week. It was giving spiritual healing and I was testifying. A few months went by and I was deep. He moved in slowly. First a toothbrush, then his mail. Look, let me say this. Hey man, it ain't nothing like being homeless, bro. I don't know if you ever had homeless sex. And I don't mean sex with a homeless person. I mean a person who is having sex with the intentions on gaining a bed and some hot water just based on the culture of their sex. Hey man, you ain't never or like to spend the night, man, that sex be different, bro. I have been on both ends of of that stick. I have been in situations where I'm just like, man, I ain't got nowhere to go. So I'm gonna have to give you everything I got. And when I say give you everything I got, I mean I'm gonna have to give you everything I got. And I have been on the receiving end where I didn't know, but she didn't have nowhere to go. And she plotted. And for a short period of time, that plot worked. I've actually had that happen on several occasions where a female they'll come through and see that, oh, man, got that. This and that. I ain't even talking about at this house. I was living in Conyers at the time. Anyways, that's not my story, so let me stick to it. All right, so now, she said a few months went, that man made me call on Jesus, forgot my letter, okay, blah, blah, blah. A few months later went by, and I was in deep. He moved in slowly, first the toothbrush, then his mail, then his prison tattoos and trauma. I didn't mind. I believed in second chances. I believed in black love. I believed his lies. But the first red flag came in silk shorts and cocoa butter. My brother Jamal. Now, Jamal has always been openly gay. Oh, Lord. Here we go. The kind of fabulous that made Auntie Pam uncomfortable and Uncle Roy defensive. But me and him, tight as Braxton family tight as Braxton family vocals. He was the one who did my lashes when my man forgot my birthday. The one who taught me how to twerk respectfully at brunch. Tariq and Jamal didn't like each other at first, or so I thought. They'd exchanged petty jabs. Tariq called Jamal sis, and Jamal would call Tariq inmate bae. I chalked it up to ego and insecurity. I didn't know it was foreplay. All right, so let me let me say this. Let me say this. No, I'm not. I'm gonna try not to interrupt this story because I want to see where it goes. But your boyfriend playing the F game with your gay brother, they calling each other sis. Nah, I said, all right, bro. Hey, man, listen. Hey, man, you can't even, man, people be playing the game, man. A lot of these people be playing the game, they be sizing up. And I'm just gonna say this, man. There's a lot of dudes that be in jail and they be either been taken advantage of or they be taking advantage of other people. And they come home with them same tendencies, bro. They come home with them same tendencies and they'll creep. And they'll also I'm just thinking out loud, bro. A lot of these people be bad people, bro. A lot of these people have sex charges. They don't be them went into the prison system with sex charges, but they develop this mentality, bro, where they're a taker. A taker is a taker, in my personal opinion, bro. And when that's the case, bro, some of these people will take from people who are of age and some people who are not of age. Do you think recidivism rate in Georgia got something to do with the gay culture? Bro, most definitely, bro. I'm gonna have to touch on that because one of my people that asked about, hey man, when people keep going in and out of prison, man, that's a whole segment right there, bro. Cause okay, let's say a person going to prison. Let's say they got 2 to 5 years. Depending on where they go and depending on where they standing on their code, that person could stand strong and not have no issues. But then you got some people that can come in there and be weak and get taken advantage of, and they'll get taken advantage of behind closed doors, and then come home or I've seen people transition from being taken advantage of to now they take advantage of other people. Trauma begets trauma. So you got people who coming home, bro, they hiding their identity. Let me not mention all, bro. Let me read them. Do you think the recidivism rate in Georgia got something to do with the gay culture? Hey, man, anytime people are going, this is my short answer, bro, because that's a real good question, and I'm drinking this good coffee. The short answer is yes. The short answer is yes. Right in Georgia got something to do with the gay culture. Yeah. You got, man, it's men taking advantage of men in there on a daily basis as we speak. And these people coming home. And then they going back in there. And then it's just happening. And then just happening. And it's just happening. I know personally a number of people that they turned gay, bro. They turned gay. Some of them, they don't talk about it. Some of them act like it never existed. Whether they was on the receiving end or they was on the giving end. Bro, it happened. But then when we get to the streets, we supposed to pretend that it didn't happen. I remember you was doing what you was doing. If you don't want me to bring it up, I won't bring it up because I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. But at the same time, boy, that happened. That's happening. It will continue to happen. So I'm going to finish reading this so I don't get sidetracked. But, bro, yeah, that's a real good question, bro. And for people who tuning in, the question was, do you think the recidivism rate in Georgia got something to do with the gay culture? Man, yes. Yes. A lot of people, I would say 80% of the people that I knew in Chain Gang was gay. And I want to say gay by persuasion, because when you in there, you pretending to be the lion and the tough ass dude, so you don't come off as being weak. You'll take something from somebody else. Bro, that's crazy to me. That's wild to me. That's wild to me. And then so you have these people who try to hide behind their mask, like, I'm tough, I'm a taker. Bro, you still interacting in the homosexual act. And then you come to the street with this. You come to the streets of Atlanta, and you've been, I don't want to say the art, but you've been doing this in Chain Gang, and you come to the streets and you think you ain't gonna continue to do this. It just perpetuates. It just keep getting longer and stronger. Good content, bro. Do you have Gmail? I know quite a few people who was at Alto back in the day. Yeah, bro, you can hit me at We Manage Anger at Gmail. We Manage Anger at Gmail. All right, so let me finish the story. I think someone had a predisposition to be gay, just like predators. They start off on some extra freaky, then take a bad turn. That's an interesting concept, bro. Let me read it again. I think someone had a predisposition to be gay. I want to say that. Here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna just be blatantly honest. The act of being gay crossed my mind. And also what crossed my mind is that's not what I want. It's just like smoking crack. Like, say, for a person to consider smoking crack, you have to consider smoking crack to say, no, that ain't for me. So if a person tell you they ain't never really thought about being gay, bro, it didn't cross your mind. You say, shit, I could do this. I'm like, bro, I don't want to do that. That don't seem like it'll be fun to me. So I think that sometimes when people are caught with that question, they don't look at it the way that I look at it. They're like, shit, I might try it a little bit. I might like it a little bit. That's just the truth of the matter. I think that in order to say that you don't like something, you got to run it through your mind and really see if you'll do it. But I don't know the mental makeup of everybody that I was locked up with. But I just want to say, bro, I don't think all of them dudes was all the way gay. But I guess what you saying gotta have some relevancy, because it's just like if you didn't have it in you, then it wouldn't have came out. But it's just like it was some robbers in there that they didn't come in there robbing. They kind of picked up that mentality. I know some people that was some stabbers. They ain't coming there stabbing, but they kind of picked that up. I know at Alto, bro, it was cool to be gay to a certain population of people. It was cool to be gay, but it was cool to be the taker and not the takee. That was the mindset. That was the mindset. As foolish as that sounds, that's the mindset. So even if you wasn't really like that, you would pretend to be like that because that was the unwritten rule. Now that I think about it and I say it out loud, bro, that is some idiotic shit. That is crazy, bro. That's crazy. But I talked to some dudes and had some real conversation with some brothers that really got their life together and is married and is contributing members of society. And I'll be like, I might talk to them about, like, bro, remember we was locked up, such and such, such and such. And I'll say something about somebody else, like, remember that person was interacting with, and then they'll be like, yeah, that's crazy. So I don't want to say shit. I remember you was doing such and such, because I don't want to put nobody on Front Street, but I want to open the door up to see if they going to say something. Bro, them folks not saying nothing. I even been threatened. Person didn't threaten me to my face. They threatened somebody else. Because I told this story, but I saw somebody I used to be locked up with. And the person that I was dating was, let's say I was dating somebody, and then that person's family member was dating old boy. So when I seen him, I said, man, I recognize Shawty from somewhere, but I ain't never seen him do nothing. But the person who I was dating, they was like, hey, man, listen, I need for you to find out what's going on with bruh so I can let my people know. Cause we done had some real conversations and we've been in places and I done been like, hey man, she like, yeah, your people such and such, cool, such and such. I was like, he cool, but in Chain Gang, that boy, we don't smoke cigarettes after him. That's what I would say. That would be the little inside thing. So she say, can you smoke cigarettes after? I was like, I don't know. She was like, but you can find out, can't you? I was like, yeah, shit, I can find out. So I called a big homie. I'm like, yeah, what going on with bro? You remember bro? And then he like, yeah, I remember bro. Yeah, he's like them white boys. Stupidly, I came back and told the person that I was with, but I'm like, hey, you can't go say nothing. You can't say nothing. Cause this is what it's gonna, man, people will off you for, it's like outing somebody, bro. It's like outing somebody. If I see a dude I was locked up with, and I'd be like, hey man, that dude right there was on that, he was on that no cigarette smoking afterwards stuff. He was on that. Bro, that dude was off me, man, because I just outed him, man. Now, he got to explain he ain't as tough or he tougher or whatever was going on. So, long story short, she didn't come to them directly. She told her homegirl. When she told her homegirl, it made it back to Shawty. So now, me and Shawty, we ain't even interacting no more. But then it came back to me like, oh yeah, old boy want to do something to you because you out here telling lies about him. I said, man, listen to me. At that point in time, I understood, my survival instinct kicked in. I was like, shit, I'm not going to gain nothing by prosecuting this man and saying, no, bro, you was gay in jail. Hey, look, that shit ain't none of my business, man. I don't know. I said, yeah, I'm going to stick him. This is my exact response was this. Yeah, I'm going to stick him from somebody else. I don't know what he did. I ain't never seen that dude in my life. So then she looking at me like, bro, what you talking like, bro? You don't go. You can't be outing people, bro. Them folks do something to you, man. Then what happens if I prove that he really was gay in Chain Gang? Man, that dude to shoot me up or stab me up or do something to me, all cause, hey, whatever you done did in there, that ain't none of my business. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But if I'm around my kinfolks and I see something that's going on and I can identify that you was trimming around, I'm gonna let them know. And whatever come along with that, that's what come along with that. Action's correct. The thought don't make you gay, it's the action. That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. That's the twisted mindset. If you giving or taking, you gay. That's bro, I'm with you. I'm with you. I don't understand, but I'm telling you that in Chain Gang, like right now, I don't know, it's been 20 years since I've been in Chain Gang, bro. I was at Alto, and they was like, bro, if you take it, you masculine. You like the warrior. And if you the takee, then you the gay one. I'm sitting here talking to people. You know what? It's almost as mentally staggering as, and this is no disrespect to nobody, but a male who is born with male parts telling me he identify as a giraffe or a female. I'm just like, that what you identify as? All right, that what's up. So I'm not about to disrespect you, but in my mind, I'm like, bro, that don't really make sense to me. I don't know. You identify as being straight, but you having homosexual activities. All right. Okay. All right. Well, all right. Well, nigga, okay. All right, so she go on and say, if you just joined, I was just telling the story. You have to hear the whole story. But this young lady got at me and she's telling the story about how her boyfriend came from Hayes and he ended up staying with her. So I'm just touching on some of the validity in the story. Well, I have been homeless or between homes and trying to sex my way to a hot meal in the bed. So now she said, this is the shift. It started with weirdness. Tariq suddenly cared about how he dressed. What do you want me to see? I can identify as a millionaire, but in the bank recognize me as what? That's what I'm talking about, bro. But it's that mentality. But just as strong as the campaign is out here with addressing people as to what they identify, it's the same in there. And if you try to add logic to it, if you just be like, bro, if you try to add logic to it, it just be like, that don't really make sense, man. But I'm like, all right, all right. It's like you got a bunch of puppies, and you be like, man, these surely is some nice pigs. All right, all right. Shit, that's mental health to me. But hey, man, you know, it's survival, I guess. I don't know, bro. It's weird to me. Okay, so it started with weirdness. Tyreek suddenly cared about how he dressed when Jamal was around. Always fresh, cologne, designer socks. One day I caught him watching RuPaul's Drag Race and pretended like he was just flipping channels. Who accidentally rewind a scene 3 times? I ain't never watched RuPaul, but I have watched damn, what was the name of that show? It was a strip club show. They had Little Murder in. Damn, what the name of that show? It was like a strip club. Um, damn, what's the name of it? Something with P in it. P Valley. That's what it was. Appreciate that. P Valley. Bro, I'm watching P Valley. I'm into the storyline. I see P Valley. I'm like booty cheeks and baby oil. I'm like, this what's going on. And then, man, what in the world is going on now? I'm mature, but I'm just like, bro, it just seemed like you switching up on me. Like y'all trying to feed this to her, bro. Like, I'm just like, pause. But I'm just like, you get me. That shit was good, but got weird quicker. Facts. Facts. But I'm just like, is this a strategy, bro? Like, what's going on? Because it's just like, y'all just meshing. It's our only one. It's just weird, but that's where TV is at right now. So, I ain't never watched RuPaul's Drag Race, but I have watched P Valley. And if they come out with a new season, like Moonlight, bro. Moonlight was gay, bro. Bruh. Then where it come from? So I just be like, man, these people build up these strong storylines with these believable actors, and you be into it. And then next thing you know, when it all unfolds, you be like, man, this is a gay story. And it's no disrespect to gay people, but I'm just like, bro, you just making it, I guess you making it receivable, more receivable. And if that's your agenda, it is what it is. But you'll have some weak-minded people who, and this is just my opinion, who may not have swayed that way. But if they watch 13 movies that end up being gay movies, now you got this person. So when a blue cup drop, a glizzy drop up, boy, pop up, they on top of it. Literally. Literally. So, but then like bro saying, bro saying like, well, you know, if it was in you, it was in you. I don't know. Okay, so then the phone calls. Tyreek was secretive, always stepping outside. I thought maybe he had a baby mama I didn't know about or was back hustling. Never in a million years did I think he was hustling his hips into my brother's sheets. But God don't let you stay stupid forever. He will with some people. Okay. She said, I was off work early and decided to surprise Tyreek with lunch. Oxtails, cabbage, and red velvet cake from Miss Wonders. I pulled up and saw Jamal's car. Didn't think much. He had a key. Maybe he was dropping something off. I walked in quiet. Didn't want to ruin the surprise, but the surprise was waiting on me. Tyreek was in my bed, not alone. The air was thick with a smell of cocoa butter, betrayal, and disrespect. And there, bent over my 600 thread count Egyptian cotton sheet, was my brother Jamal, legs up like rent was due. My man was in my brother. I dropped the bag, the Tupperware exploded like my soul did. They both screamed like I was the intruder. I left. I cried in the car like somebody stole my childhood and posted it on TikTok. I didn't eat for 3 days, not even the cupcakes, the aftermath. They tried to talk to me. Jamal said it just happened and he didn't mean to. Tyreek said prison changed him and that he had feelings for us both. Like we were some type of twisted soul food sampler plate. I cut both of them off, blocked, deleted, reborn. But the healing, that took time, therapy, prayer, 12 shots of tequila, and a 3-week fast from all penises. I even joined a pole fitness class and started saying affirmations like I am worthy of love that don't come with parole officers of pipe confusion. Moral of the story, Trust your gut. Don't ignore signs just because the D is delightful and your bed is cold. And if your man knows the lyrics to every Beyonce song and always play wrestling with your gay brother, sis, run. Because behind every soft-spoken, I'm trying to do right man fresh out of prison might be a hard secret that will rock your whole damn world. Hey man, at the end of the day, bro, it happened to a lot of people, man. It's unfortunately it's a lot of gay people that come home and they won't even acknowledge the fact that they gay. And so it's gonna turn into a different situation. It is guaranteed to turn into another situation. Um, my fear is, and this is how from a like I'm an advocate in my community. So I deal with people who have all types of trauma. So I see all types of stuff. It's a no snitching campaign. But then sometimes I be thinking about, bro, you have your uncle or whoever in the family screaming no snitching, he be the one that be the molested the niece in the family. The whole time we pushing this campaign. No, she need to say something. She need to say something because he probably got molested. And then whoever molested him, it just gotta stop somewhere. The trauma gotta stop somewhere, bro. But I think we keep this perpetual check going on and there is no resolution. You gotta, man, speak your truth and let it be known. I'm gonna continue to speak my truth. I'm gonna say what's going on. I'm gonna tell you what I have seen, what I am seeing with the hopes that it will encourage people to grasp on. I have been not blackballed from family members, but I'm like, hey man, this happened in the past. I don't appreciate that. Now, luckily, I've never been touched, but I got siblings that have been molested, bro. So I'm like, hey man, you know that such and such was molested up under your supervision, bro. You don't think you owe her an apology or something? Like you ain't gonna say nothing to her? Bro, I ain't cool with that. Cause my sister trying to live her truth. She trying to address it. Sometimes, man, it just take, hey man, I'm sorry. I did not know. My child told me she got molested while I was incarcerated. Man, when she told me that, bro, it brought me down. So I can't go back and beat nobody up, but what I can do, I'm apologizing for not being there. And from this day forward, whatever I can do to stop that, man, I can do that. I'm sorry that happened to you. Sometimes you just got to acknowledge that. So in this house that I live in right now, bro, I'm in this house by myself, but I got 3 extra bedrooms. My children will always have a bedroom in my house. I don't care if I have 5 more children or wherever I live at or however old you'll never have to worry about where you're going to sleep at ever in life. I owe that to you. Like I said, I can't go back and I ain't claiming to be the father of the year. But what I'm saying is that, man, I understand the issue. This is a problem. And again, I can't go back and fix that problem, but let me try to make it light. Sometimes, bro, just apologizing for some man will give people some type of healing. But if a person come to you and like, hey man, you hurt me or I was hurt because of this and such, and you just don't acknowledge that it even happened, bro, it's like a slap in the face. So what I've done, this is what I do. I'm gonna approach you with the situation. I had a situation with my daddy and my stepmom. And I was like, I had told a story on one of my other pages, maybe on this page. I'm just like, bro, I remember when my parents came through my line, I was working at the Super Value on Beaufort Highway, and y'all came with coupons and no money. And it's 2 buckets of food. Y'all made me steal this stuff. Hey man, when stealing fuck shit beget fuck shit. So when I started getting away with this, I started getting away with that. It just kept going. I ain't saying my dad or them sent me to prison. I'm saying you introduced me to this lifestyle. And then when I speak on it, because my therapist tell me to talk about it, you tell me, no, Shawty, you remembering it wrong. I'm remembering it wrong. Man, fuck you. I mean, not in that aspect, because I don't want to disrespect nobody. But what I'm saying is, bro, you got to acknowledge your wrongdoing, bro. I missed 9 years of my daughter's life, bro. When I came home, she would call me by my first name. My daughter 28 years old now, bro. I had to put in work. And I thought putting in work was buying stuff. Bullshit. On her 16th birthday, I bought her a BMW. I'm trying to buy that time. Nope. That ain't how that shit go, bro. You got to put them man hours in, bro. And I wasn't forcing her to say daddy. I wouldn't never do that. I had to put that work in. So I fixed my work schedule. So from elementary school up into college, even though she lived across town and her mama was weird about how much time I could spend with her, bro, I go pick her up from the camp, take her to school, from elementary to college. After school, I pick her up from home, so I'll get that time. And one day, she called me daddy. And I was like, shit, you just got to put that work in. But she respect me for putting that work in. Bro, you can't buy people love. You can't buy them, bro. And we as adults, bro, sometimes, hey, man, we make mistakes, man. Shit happens. Some of us get strung out on dope. Some of us go to chain. Some of us make messed up decisions, bro. So at the end of the day, do you stay in that place? Do you ignore the trauma and the pain you bring to other people? Or do you try to step by step just try to get better? I'm going to try to get better, bro. I'm gonna try to get better. And I may not get to the finish line, but as long as my children know that I'm trying, then now my grandchildren to understand that, hey man, we is trying to heal. We are trying to do something. And to not do something, bro, you just adding on to the trauma. Bro said facts. It make their feelings feel invalid when you don't. Yeah, man, it's like me stepping on your shoe and not saying excuse me. Oh, nigga, you asking to get knocked out. You just ain't gonna say nothing, bro. That's not true healing, bro. That's not progress. And I'm no less, if my child get molested because I'm not there, or I'm not on my post, and I don't acknowledge it, I don't try to make life better, I'm just as guilty as the molester in my eyes. Cause that person wasn't shit. So that make me, I ain't shit. If I ain't finna acknowledge it, bro, you can't get better like that. But unfortunately, bro, that's how a lot of people live their life. I ain't with it, man, because I've had bad decisions made and it affected my life. So do I keep this trauma going? Nah, man, I want to cut this shit off. So my daughters know I go to therapy every Thursday. If you honestly try to be in your kid's life, you'll be good. And when they gain the wisdom, bro, you preaching. Because that's what's going on now, bro. That's what's going on now. It took some time. I ain't gonna lie. It took some time. Because I missed 9 years of Shout Life. But, bro, that's like my partner. That's like my best friend right now. And she see what's going on. Like, even when I was in Chain Gang, bro, and I couldn't get in contact with her because her mom was like, my child ain't coming to no prison. And so I was like, shit, I just wrote letters. Every week I write a letter. So when I came home, I had a stack on. Some had return dates on them. You know, I tried. I tried. And I will continue to try. And my daughter understands that I tried. I ain't make the best decisions, but I ain't sit on. Once I realized and once I gained some understanding, I ain't sit there and like pretend that it didn't happen. No, I don't get that. I don't get my homeboys and my cousin relatives who don't interact with their children. That shit be lame as hell to me. But then I can't fault you because maybe you didn't have that awakening that I have. So I ain't gonna point my finger at you, but I'm gonna tell you fatherhood is something dope. I'm a grandpa now. I just don't want their trauma passed on to my grandson. That's all. That's the only reason I try to do some of the stuff I'm doing. I have to show my daughters that I'm trying to heal. I'm trying to get better. Because shit's not gonna be perfect. But you have an opportunity to try to make it better. As long as you're trying to make, it's like an illiterate person. If you do like, bro, I can't read. It is what it is. But if you trying to learn how to read, I can respect it. I can respect you learn. Man, you trying. It's like Teddy and ATL when they were sitting at the Waffle House when T.I. was sitting at the Waffle House. And they were just like, man, y'all got fitted for graduation. And then they was like, Teddy, man, you sure you graduate? He was like, man, I'm trying, man. Hey, I respect the try. Man, be trying, man. Sometimes that's all that's gonna matter. You real don't remember everything. Somebody bought me when I was little, but I can remember times we did shit together. Let me say, to be real, and don't remember everything. Somebody bought me when I was little, but I can remember times we did shit together. Fast. All right, man. I'm trying to get back in the mix, bro. I ain't been online because I've been editing this book, man. I'm gonna try to have it done by the end of not this month, but the end of next month. I'm just trying to get back in my bag. And I've been working. And man, I appreciate y'all, especially my day one, bro. Y'all be staying down. We'll probably be back tonight, man. I'm gonna try to get some more content out here. But I appreciate the feedback. You already know the back and forth, man. Whether it's 1,000 or one of y'all, bro. I appreciate that. We're gonna keep it going, man. I'm gonna put a decent little thumbnail on this, man. We're gonna keep it moving. Y'all log back in, man. Let me know something. Hold on.